as well. Right, I've just flicked it on, so it should enable you in now. Did you catch any of the... I know it's still playing now. Have you been watching any of the Poland-Austria game?
Nah, not at all, mate.
You haven't? Actually a pretty darn good game. Really surprised. Like, Austria looked really good in like the opening 20 minutes, and then Poland were coming back. I think it's 1-1.
Oh no, it's 2-1 at the minute.
Is it? Oh my god, a goal's literally happened then since I've booted up Xbox, because it was 1-1 before.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago, Austria scored.
Austria scored. But yeah, no, honestly, it looked a really good game. It was like end to end. I mean, like, after seeing England the other day, sort of, you know, standards are on the floor. But do you know what I mean? Like, it was generally a good game to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1. Damn. Right, I should probably get Twitch up on my phone.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry guys, we're banging on about football, but you know, we got to take some time for ourselves as well.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone is here... Oh, I've got an update for Twitch. Let's do that first before I jump on. But yes, anyone that is here, we are back for part 2 of Dr. Dekker. I mean, should we do a quick recap, mate, where we're at? Yeah. What the situation is with everyone?
The background of this menu looks like I've taken an edible and I'm looking at a golf ball.
Oh my god, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
But yeah, I think we're the ones that need... Oh, I'm the one that needs a psychiatrist. But yeah, we should do a recap. So, we've met, like... How many people have we met? Like, it was 5 and then, like, 2 more or something?
I think... Yeah, I think it was like 6 or 7 people, wasn't it?
Shit, we don't have any notes for our patients.
No. Oh god, now I'm trying to remember their names.
Nathan's Groundhog Day guy. We've got Mariana, who was Violet, who is the flirty girl who wakes up on a beach. She gets like spiked or passes out. I can't remember. You've got the what was the middle lady?
Claire. Claire's the one we think's done it, right?
Yeah, Claire was the 4th one. The one
it was the nurse. It was the nurse. What was her name?
I don't know, but we should
I can't even
imagine that. A patient comes in the room and we're like, who are you again?
I can't even like look at the chat. I don't know if anyone's even in there.
Yeah.
The app's updating, so...
Ellen, that's it. I think it's Ellen. Yeah, you're right.
Yes,
well, thank you,
Ellen.
Felicia. I hope you're doing alright.
Who else was there?
Then the blonde chap who's a gravedigger.
Is it Bruce? No, it's not Bruce. It's something similar though. Bryce, that's it. Bruce.
He comes in like, "You're right, Bruce." She's feeling pretty like shit today, and then we're just there like, "You're right, Bruce."
He was the creepy one, wasn't he? He was a bit edgy. There was this whole thing about double glazing that come into the plot. There was like some double glazing woman that maybe killed and buried someone.
Yeah, neighbourhood watch lady said that whoever did it is a glazer, and I think we know all their jobs but Claire, which is why if it turns out that she does double glazing or sells it, then it's probably her.
Yeah.
But we are taking the word of just some lady who might not be, you know, the leech lady, as Felicie's just called her.
Yeah.
Then there was a blonde teenager, right, who works in an art gallery.
Yes, and if I remember rightly, she gave Bryce an alibi because she said that they were both there until 11 o'clock or something.
She's like 25, is she?
Oh, interesting. And then there was the assistant as well, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, not Jazzy.
Jazzy.
Mate, we are fucking, we are
like,
shit.
Too jazzy. It's like in between his reference. I think that's all of it. I mean, let's just jump straight in. Let's continue.
At midnight each day.
How are you doing, Fleety? How's your week been?
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death.
When I'm dancing,
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't
I'm a
think she's got
qualified
long.
angel of
Although
death.
just
Naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
That was Kai Havertz.
Or it's you.
yeah.
Some people think. Right. Okay. So
Sonia is here, but she can't hear us because she's cooking. So I'm just gonna type to
yeah.
her.
Oh, I just heard you on my phone. Then let's turn that down a bit. Yeah.
Lisa,
Hey,
you've been
Sonia.
dying from the heat. Yeah, it's been a hot one.
Yeah, has been here as well, hasn't it? Right. What are we doing? I can see that we can move to another chapter, but before we do, maybe we ask people questions that we can think of. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's where we left it.
Did we ask Claire about the glazing? We did, didn't we? And she just went, I don't know that.
Yeah. Did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. See, I can't remember what we've actually covered now because...
It's been like 9 days.
It's been an age, isn't it? Let's just quickly do it. So, did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? So, let's just go back. Type it in. Did Dekker call thank God for predictive text. The day he was murdered.
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
So, I mean, he just flat out didn't answer it. Yeah, Nathan, I know how you feel. It's been a long week. Sat there.
Felicie says she's going to type to Sonia if we say anything offensive. So I just said you'll be typing a lot then.
Yeah.
Lacey, that was it.
Oh, that woman, yeah, the one who told us about the double glazing. Should we just move on to the next chapter?
Yeah, go on then.
Let's just move on to the next chapter. Yes, we're sure.
David Hunt,
I can change my skin.
then Skins.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients.
I had a hot date
We went out for drinks.
I took photos of Jessica.
Dr. Dekker did
on
phone.
Valentine's Day.
Ask me for Nathan's number.
There was a girl there.
Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't
He
I?
was preoccupied with finding
Photographs.
patterns.
Rocking chair.
I haven't been back to the beach since
I had a bit of a shaky loop incident.
where I find something
I set fire
beautiful in the sea.
to Hannah's clothes in the garden.
I dug the grave.
I wish I'd said goodbye.
Dr. Dekker cursed me.
It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it.
Oh, Doctor.
I can't remember.
You
Ellen
surprised
dated
me.
someone.
Reminds me of
We established
Oxy
if it
8.
was Dekker.
Did I ever mention I had a special friend in the police
Mate, I'm
force?
just going to stop talking.
Nah, it's not something you drop politely
I
into
don't
a
think it was
conversation.
him.
He's been doing some digging and he's found a couple things. There's a crime scene report that goes into all the gory details and another report that's about a patient you're seeing today, Claire. I'll put them both on the desk for you. And thanks for the grief counselling, by the
Oh.
way. It's really been helping, you know,
Did you
I'm
see
so
that?
glad you're here.
Yeah.
It said Claire's arrest report, so I wonder, has she been arrested? Is this going to be like a shape-shifting detective where someone gets arrested? Or is this like from when she stabbed that bloke?
Can we call it now? I'm locking in Claire. Let's just finish it now.
I do think it is Claire as well. So let's just look at this evidence, shall we? Right, let's go with Claire's arrest report first. Wow, this seems long. 9th of November at 20 to 9. Responding to all from a neck. So there's certain words that have been underlined. I don't know if this is a puzzle or if it's just We arrived at the address and knocked on the front door, but there was no reply. We then examined the rear of the property and gained entry through insecure patio doors. We entered the property through this door and I announced myself by shouting police, but did not hear anything. I saw a female seated next to a man who was lying on the ground. The man did not appear to be conscious. Both people were drenched in blood and there was a substantial amount of blood on the carpet, walls and furniture. There was a steak knife. Claire, yep, so this checks out. It was her husband. She said she killed him. So wait, so why isn't she in prison then? Like, if she literally admitted to killing him. Okay. So yeah, she was on a date. I swear she mentioned... Oh, it was Max. The guy's name was Max. That's what she said. And then Mariana said that she saw them by the pier.
Yeah, so they both had an alibi.
Yeah. So let's look at the other bit of evidence. Crime scene report.
Felicie says to ask her if, like, I guess why she wasn't arrested.
Alright, okay, we'll do that. Oh, so this is about Dr. Dekker. Victim was located in his office, seated on a chair, soaked in blood with a chest wound. Paper spike. The thing is, it's so on the nose that it's Claire. If you're comparing this to the way she killed her husband. Estimated from liver temperature. The body was discovered at 10:20 p.m. So yeah, like, if they're all still out till 11 o'clock, then that holds true. Elin couldn't have done it, nor could Bryce, nor could the art gallery girl, and nor could Mariana.
Wait, am I right in remembering? I swear she was talking about her husband like she was alive. Is this saying that, like, he's actually dead then? Or am I just remembering it wrong?
I mean, that report said that the husband's dead and that she admitted to his murder. So what I want to know is why isn't she in jail? And Dekker got killed with a paper spike, so it's sort of similar. So let's just ask.
Felicie says I said it perfect, so
regularly,
she's speaking like her husband's alive.
I saw the girl again.
Right.
The one I told you about. She was
Actually,
playing
yeah.
outside.
So she's saying like he's alive.
Unless it's like a grave and she means like, oh, I was visiting like the urn or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, we need to ask her about that.
It makes for interesting reading, doesn't it? I can tell you're dying to ask me about it. Fire away. That's what it says. I can see you're confused. The police say that David is dead, fatally wounded when I stabbed him. The coroner says that David is dead. Everyone says that David is dead. There was even a funeral. But I know he's alive.
She sees dead people.
Yeah, this is like the sixth sense. But yeah, maybe we now know why she's in here. Right, do you know anything about the paper spike?
A paper spike is an odd thing to use as a weapon. I suppose if it went directly into the heart, it might work. Or through his eye, or perhaps through the ear and into his brain. Or was it just a frenzied, bloody mess of a murder? Do you know, Doctor? He's buried at Henley Church. You can go see for yourself. There's even a headstone. One of your other patients was a pallbearer. I never forget her face. You should ask him.
So one of the other patients was at the funeral, and it's a him, so let's just follow that up.
Bryce was a pallbearer for David.
Bryce, right.
He's also a grave digger, I believe.
Am I completely making this up?
He mentioned he carried the coffin.
Yeah, am I completely making this up, or wasn't he accused of stealing stuff? Like, I wonder if he could be like a grave robber or something, this Bryce guy.
David wanted to have a talk about our relationship. Not something any married person wants to hear. He said he'd been with Iris for about a year and that he loved her. He said he didn't love me anymore. which I know is a lie. You don't just fall out of love with somebody. I reacted badly. I grabbed the nearest weapon I could find, which happened to be the steak knife, and stabbed him with it. There was so much blood. I instantly regretted it. So I fixed him.
How did you
It was
fix
about a
him?
week later. I brought David back to life. Not with
Oh,
voodoo,
here we go.
not with virginal sacrifice. I just willed it to happen, and it did. Dr. Dekker told me it was possible, but only if you're not buried.
Oh, that's
Says
right,
once you're in
yeah.
the ground, there's
It was
no coming
Ealing
back.
that was accused of
But
stealing, right.
until then, you have a chance at resurrection.
That would make sense because Bryce said that there wasn't the coffin was too light, so there wasn't a body in it.
Yes, resurrection. But now that I've seen the results, I don't think there's anything holy about it. I think reanimation is more an accurate term. Like, I'm an evil necromancer raising things from the dead.
It did say, like, this game, I'm not familiar with, like, Lovecraftian stuff, but it did say that this game was Lovecraftian. I don't know if that means there's, like, supernatural elements to it or fantasy element. I don't know. But I guess we've got to keep an open mind to it.
I think his brain was already decaying during the week that he was dead. Important bits. So when I brought him back to life, I didn't heal him completely. Just gave him life in the state he was in. I mean, he's hunting and killing things and trying to roast them on fires he can only light with matches, but that's about it. He's your basic Neanderthal. So I have a problem. I'm being charged with murder because the police don't know he's still alive, and I can't get David to vouch for me for obvious reasons. I think it would raise quite a few more questions than answers, which is why I'm hoping that you'd be able to help me.
Should we keep pushing on with this, mate, or just ask how she knows Bryce?
I think we say, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Considering the circumstances, I'd be grateful if you could see your way to declaring me temporarily insane at the time of the murder, to lessen my sentence. Because I'm not a killer, but I can't prove otherwise. You don't still think I'm a killer, do you, Doctor?
Nah, the husband fell on the knife multiple times.
I mean,
I want to do the Connor from Detroit Become Human, be like 28 stab wounds, slam the table.
Yeah. I'm sort of interested to see if we call her out and say, yes, you're a killer, because, I mean, she did do it. You know, she did stab him.
You remember last time we tried to be overly nice to Bryce and then he didn't like it?
Yeah. So, let's just say, yes, you're a killer.
At worst, it's manslaughter. I didn't mean to kill him, I just stabbed him a bit. And although he was dead for a week, I brought him back to life. Does this mean you won't help me? Was I temporarily insane?
See...
How do you know Bryce? Just ignore it.
Yeah, come on, let's move on.
Smuggling a body out of a funeral can be difficult, unless you pay the right people.
Wait, so she's implying that Bryce is an accomplice in this?
Well, yeah, he admitted to Dr. Dekker's body not being in the coffin, right? But he almost seemed unknowing about that.
Yeah.
But she's on about David here, right? So it could be that he helped her with David.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that he moved the body with her. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Thing is, it says, I mean, a part of this game, it's to get the killer, but it's to help the patients. So, I don't know if this choice is You know, if we say, no, you weren't insane, is that us not helping her and therefore... I don't know. I don't know what to pick. I'm leaning to say no, but what are you thinking, mate?
I'm on the fair. Yeah, I'll go with you. Let's go no.
We'll go no.
I'm going to pretend that I didn't hear that. Let's have a few more sessions before you seal our fates. Or is it that you want something else? Like Dr. Dekker did?
What did Dekker
Dr.
want?
Dekker teased
Yeah,
me
is that an
mercilessly
option? Yeah.
about my alleged ability. He didn't believe I'd reanimated David. Once, he presented me with a dead mouse and commanded me to give it life again. I didn't, of course. It's not something I'd throw around lightly. He changed his mind about me eventually. And then he mentioned the girl.
By the way, the chat have said, thank you for joining I Did That 7. You said no. I think the chat wanted us to pick yes, but oh well, sorry. What's done is done.
Let's ask what girl.
He told me he'd locked up a girl in the basement of his house. Just for me. And he asked me to reanimate her. It was Iris. I said I couldn't reanimate something that wasn't dead, and he said that wouldn't be a problem. So I agreed. I just played along. I was hoping it wasn't real. I assumed it wasn't real. But he was offering me what I wanted. A temporary insanity diagnosis.
What?
Liam, do you like tea? Nah, sorry, I'm a coffee person.
I'm at a miss here. So she's claiming Dekker brought that Iris along, and Iris wasn't Iris the one that David was with, like her husband?
Oh, yeah, I know that it was. I thought I remembered that name.
So
which is why she played along, because like Iris had wronged her.
Yeah. Did you help Iris?
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to cancel. He was furious. He said that Iris had escaped, and he blamed me for it. He said that I must have set her free after he told me about her. I knew it was all lies anyways. He was obviously titillating himself by reprimanding me. He knew I'd never want to speak to Iris again, so I couldn't prove it either way. Dr. Dekker asked if I could prove David
Liam
wasn't
going
dead,
against
so I took him
stereotypical
to the
British
lake
man.
house.
You're damn right, and yes.
He saw that I was telling the truth.
Juice boxes for the win, please.
I can take you to see him too, if you like. Would you like to see David, Doctor?
That's fair. I'll drink neither. I'm not massive on hot drinks. I might, like, in the winter months have like hot chocolate or something like that, but generally I just don't know. I've never got into the... Yes, I'd like to see David.
Very well.
But yeah, I've never got into the pattern of
In
it.
our next session.
Oh, next session.
Okay, mate, before we progress, I just want to ask you a question. If we're subscribed to the idea that Claire's the killer, what would her motive be to kill Dr. Dekker? I assume it's going to come out in the later sessions. Maybe they did this whole thing, the reanimation, and it went wrong. I don't know. Or, like, Dr. Dekker was going to kind of, like, accuse her or out her or something or not help her. But there's got to be a motive here.
Yeah, that's honestly all I can think of. So hang on a minute. Who've we got? Oh, hang on. There's a new guy. Professor Warwick. Let's quickly check. Who's missing? Lacey's gone. And the art
I guess they don't have
gallery
sessions
girl.
every day, do they?
No. So we'll carry on with Claire for a minute.
You tell me. What could possibly explain that?
It's doing some
I just love this
Frankenstein
idea
shit.
that you kick them off your sofa, bring someone else in, then kick them off and bring the other person back in. So you're like rotating this waiting room.
Do you think you might be seeing David's ghost?
I assure you, David is not a ghost. I've touched him.
Perv.
Hopefully consensually.
Is David not human?
Since I brought him back, I felt that there was something different about him, something not quite right. I think it's his brain. But how ludicrous that you can bring someone back in the first place. It's like that book, Pet Cemetery. Funnily enough, he does smell of earth, but that's because he spends most of his time out hunting.
Yeah.
The new guy you saw was in the game Contradiction. He was amazing. Oh, what, Professor Warwick? Okay.
If David doesn't exist, then that means that I really did kill him. He really is buried, and I really should be going to prison for a very long time. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's more probable that I reanimated him under Dr. Dekker's guidance. I didn't speak to her this time. Something about her made me feel uneasy. I just watched her from the bedroom window. She'd caught a fish. She was holding it in her hands.
You might need to help me here, because I can't remember the story strand about this girl at the lake house. Do you remember it?
Wait, is this not Iris? Is this someone different?
I don't know. It just said, did you speak to the girl at the lake house? And I recognise it, but I can't remember who.
Can we look back at the file thing and see?
Hang on. Oh god, yawning's happening again. Right. Right. I should tell Bryce that Claire says he's been smuggling bodies. The arrest report says Claire killed David. I underlined some things to ask her about. I wonder if Bryce buried David. What happened with Ben? Ask patients about the paper spy.
Okay, Felicie says there was a little girl she wanted to talk to, and she asked you if it was all right to talk to her again.
Right, that rings a bell. It does ring a bell. Okay, what did the girl do?
I wasn't close enough to see, but for all intents and purposes, it looked as if the fish bit her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive.
That was funny with Bella barking while Claire was doing that singing.
Yeah. It's like, Bella, that's not how it goes.
How astute,
Bella's
Doctor.
favourite song.
Yes, I did say I hadn't seen Dr. Dekker outside of our sessions. That wasn't a lie. Our trip to the lake house was made during a session.
Perhaps you should ask someone else a question. I feel like we go to Bryce, you know, and see what his take is on the fact that she was accusing him of smuggling dead bodies.
Let's do
it. Oh, we might have to type this. So let's have a look and see what it says here. So Claire says he's been smuggling bodies. Right, let's type that in. Claire says you been no, not snuggling, smuggling. That would give a whole different meaning, just one letter. Smuggling bodies.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
But he said himself that it felt light.
Was that about David or Dr. Dekker? Because he said Dr. Dekker felt light, not David.
Oh, was it? He was on about Dekker when he said it felt
Yeah,
light.
he said he
Oh.
carried Dr. Dekker's thing.
Oh, I thought it was David. Oh, fair enough
So
then.
if we're taking Bryce's word, like literally,
Mm.
then Dr. Dekker's body was snatched, but not David's.
Yeah. Okay, right, let's ask him.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Let's look at the chat. Oh,
What an amateur carrying the coffin wrong. Bro doesn't
Fleecy's
even
proud
lift.
of us, mate. Doing bits with the typing. Right. They wanted to know about the paper spike as well, so let's
Dr.
do
Dekker
that next.
frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
Hello, Doctor. I've been thinking about our last session, and I just wanted you to know that I'm not a bad person. I know taking naked photographs is wrong, but you don't know what it's like until you face the same temptation. I'm assuming you don't know what it's like. Do you have an extra hour, Doctor?
You should talk to Zach from Shapeshifting Detective, mate. You guys should get on flat.
Yeah, again, we're at that dilemma. Do we indulge him and say, yes, we're the same? To try and get more out of him.
I reckon we let the chat decide.
I think so. Chat, do we say that we have an extra hour or not? Basically implying that we're a bit of a creep like he is.
And also, just out of curiosity, I see, the 7 to T, so your name's I Did That. I just want to know, how did you find us? Are you someone from YouTube? Because I don't recognise the name, but it's lovely to have you here. I love seeing a new face. Say you don't, bro. That sounds creepy. That was I Did That. I kind of want to see what Fleecy says.
Mm-hmm. So we've got 2 no's, haven't we?
Oh yeah, Sonia's no as well. So yeah, okay, we'll go no.
Let's go no.
Thank God for that. There's someone else in my hour. A hooded figure. Watching me and following me. I followed it too.
Who is the hooded
I
figure?
don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. That I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Let's follow with the hooded figure.
Whatever it is that's following me, it doesn't want to catch me yet. If I move towards it, it runs away. And when I follow it past temptations. A bar brawl, an open till, an open bedroom window. Like it's testing me.
By the way, guys, is the audio okay? I forgot to mention at the top. But just give us a quick shout. I'm guessing it is, but, you know.
I don't know if I'm a shit psychiatrist, but I care more about catching the killer than I do about helping the police.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I'm in the same camp. Why would the military be following you? What else can you tell me about Dekker? The bar brawl. Let's... Okay, clearly wants us to ask about the bar brawl.
I split the brawl up.
Okay, the open till
I did
then.
nothing. I'm not stealing any more. I'm surprised I haven't been approached earlier. I mean, my skills in the military. Special ops would be a breeze, wouldn't it? Waltz in past everyone during the midnight hour, get whatever you want, and return to friendly soil. It also makes me think that they might already know all of that, and that they want to get rid of me in case I tell anyone else. Would you do something for me if they get me?
Mate, I'm supposed to be your psychiatrist, like, trying to get me to do all this stuff. Yeah, go on, why not? We'll
Would
do
you
something for
tell
you.
Jessica?
Jessica!
I love her. She didn't really know me that well, but I did love her. And also, there's a hard drive in the bottom drawer of my drinks cabinet. Please destroy it. Please, don't look at it.
So Sonia can now hear us. It's good to have you in.
Oh, good, good. How much have you missed from part 1? About 3 hours. I'm trying to think of... We at the minute, we think it's Claire. Mariana, in short, Mariana saw Elin with a date on the pier at the time of the murder. There was some blonde art gallery person that was with Bryce at the museum.
Jasmine,
so,
I think her name was.
Jasmine, yeah. So presumably they didn't do it. Claire killed her ex-husband, but now thinks he's alive again. Don't know who this guy is. Jaya is the assistant. Don't know too much about her. The only time we spoke to her was to confirm the taxi for Elin. And Nathan has Groundhog Day, basically. That's basically part 1, like, in a nutshell.
Nathan's like the mystery one where we don't know too much about. It's just that there's not really any sort of like motive there. Well, actually there is, because him having tragedy acts breaks his Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
I just feel like if we're taking
watching
Lacey's
other people
word,
is somehow built into our genes, Doctor. There was an old woman in bed. I went inside. Her bed covers were smoking. I think she'd fallen asleep holding a cigarette. I took the covers and put them in the bath. She'd have died otherwise. And no, I didn't take any pictures.
Okay.
I spied on Dr. Dekker.
That's a good excuse, that, mate, if you're taking away someone's
I'm
bed
not
covers.
sure I should
Nice
tell
one.
you what I saw in his basement.
Ah. In his basement. Well, potentially he's going to mention Iris here.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Damn.
I removed the chains.
I mean, it's
dressed
pretty
her,
much true
and
then if
sat
we've
her
got
in the
two
police
people
station.
confirming it.
There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil. I destroyed evil.
Oh, theory. So Bryce saves Iris. so Dr. Dekker and Claire have a hoo-ha and then a murder happened. This is just making me think it's Claire more and more now. And also, yeah, I am doing good, Sonia. I had a pretty rough week at work though, so I'm just happy it's the weekend. How are you doing?
How old is this Iris? Because, like, there is potential that Dekker got killed off because of how he treated Iris. And I wonder if that potentially brings another character in the plot. Like, Iris's mother or something, or... I don't know, I'm probably overthinking this. Right.
Jessica is a beautiful woman. I've not spied on her since the incident we talked about. I have real feelings for her, Doctor. We've never connected. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. It's nice you think I'm capable of such basic interaction with females. But I'm still in awe of her, really. I will think about it, though.
Bryce be simping. How is your job?
I put my hand through a rusty nail at work today. It hurt like hell and bled like I'd been shot. I closed my eyes and thought, this isn't happening. The nail is just a worm, and it will wriggle through me. When I looked back, can you guess what I saw?
A nail in your hand?
A paper spike.
When I looked back at my hand, it was healed. Look, see?
Oh, just when I thought you was getting somewhere in these sessions.
My hand had healed. The nail had become a worm and was wriggling in my palm. It was like a little miracle. Like magic.
Sorry, Bryce, we need to sign you up for another 10 weeks. Another 10 sessions.
I shouldn't really say miracle or magic. They're words that Dr. Dekker used when he tried to get you to think things and make them real. But do you think it's real, Doctor? That magic is real?
No. Come on. Don't
And so
be
it
silly.
isn't. I envy you, Doctor. I wish I could be so sure.
Why did you say after?
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
Right, we're done with him, but we've got some things here. Bryce says he took the girl to Dekker's basement to police station. Claire says the girl in Dekker's basement was Iris. Oh,
All these
so
Brits,
actually...
I now have to sneak soccer or aluminium into a sentence. Well, it would actually be football, Fleecy, so...
I should tell Claire.
Can you say who was the girl? Oh, he doesn't know. So Claire says the girl was Iris. Should we ask Claire what happened to Iris?
Yeah, let's go back to Claire. Right, we're going to have to type it in. So what am I typing in?
What happened to Iris? Or where is Iris, maybe?
Yeah. Where
I want to keep it simple so we don't get a, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. Dr. Dekker called me from his house to Canada.
Yeah, alright, we get it. It's just another repeat. I should tell Claire Bryce says her husband is in the ground. Let's ask her that. Bryce says Your husband is in the ground. Is in the ground.
Well, that's
Boom.
what he would say, isn't it?
Thing is that the Jasmine girl gave Bryce an alibi at the art thing.
That's the thing. They both have
So-
contradicting stories here, but Bryce has the alibi.
Exactly. We can't do anything else with Bryce, can we? Oh, fly. I wonder if Bryce. What happened to Ben? Should we just start going through all of them then, mate? Because I think them two are done. I don't know.
Let's do it.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as the therapist, that's a bit crazy.
So just to recap, Sonia, who was it that said I look like this guy?
When we inevitably do a parody of the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker, we know who you're playing. Oh dear. I'll have to play bloody Bryce, won't I, the nutcase? Like, let's see what else we've got to say to...
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me. I think they possibly curse other people.
I'd be the
a
worst
bit like he
psychiatrist
cursed me.
as well, because when he said
Sometimes
it
you could
started off
see
with
he was
depression, my
bursting to
mind
tell
went
me about
into
it,
like
but
the
he
Killer's
couldn't.
Mr. Brightside.
He was
It
ecstatic.
started out with
Power.
depression. How did it?
How did Dekker curse you?
The curse. Well, remembered. I was hoping he'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I start to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
We're in Act 3, right?
Yeah.
We are, aren't we? So, if I remember rightly, Sonia, you said that you knew the killer by the end of Act 2 in your playthrough. So does that mean that you've got a very good idea of who the killer is in our playthrough now? Let's go with that.
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration. He held his hand
Three of your friends,
outstretched
but you're not going
and told me
to
to
name
look
them.
at
No,
the
that's
flame.
fair.
There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
That was
It's
like
just-
my level of editing skills right there with that
I
flame.
remember this fight. He was very sharp. Dekker used to fool around with it during the sessions, but I mostly just kept my head down. Most of the time it paid not to look at what he was doing.
Sonia says,
Can we
I was
maybe
meant
not
to
talk
say I
about
watched
Heather
back
anymore?
part 1 of your live
Thanks
stream
for the
and
dating
figured out who the
advice,
killer was
bye-bye.
before you started this one. Okay.
Alright,
So
okay.
Sonia knows who it is.
Right.
I did that with these games. I think if you play them a bunch or like a few times, you can kind of
told me not
figure
to look
out
for anyone
because
else
there's
until I
like
was ready.
the killer resets
So
at
I
random.
didn't.
It can be any of these,
I've just
but
been
there are
sitting at
things that
home, reading
change. I
Hannah's
guess.
diary, stewing. I ordered a pizza. A nice girl delivered it.
It was the same with Shapeshifting Detective. Like, I watched this video because I went for the 100%. And if you catch certain bits of dialogue after the first 15-20 minutes, which you can easily skip through, then you sort of know who the killer is. Right, let's go with... Yeah, let's just go with the
I
top
didn't
one.
forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
You look nothing like this guy.
No, I don't think I do.
I'm
I don't
sorry,
think I
you
do.
just don't.
Like, I think it's like the pale skin and the shaggy black hair, and that is it.
Yeah.
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know. I burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin, but I gave in.
I love it when they do that.
You look more like Billy from Scream 1.
Oh, God.
You know what?
I
I'll take all of
accidentally put
that.
Hannah's
These are good
diary
looking
into a
guys.
Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
See, mate, I'm just
I read the
not
last few
convinced
weeks of Hannah's
Nathan's to
diary
do
a
anything
while
with the
ago.
killer. So for me, I look
must
at
have
Nathan and to
accidentally
me it's all
dropped in
about
some
helping
clothes
him.
to the Salvation Army bin.
Same.
It's funny
Same
because
here.
I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. That she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it.
I do hope it's not Claire, though, because it feels too easy otherwise.
Well, that was my
I'm gonna-
criticism with when we played the shapeshifting detective.
I
It
regretted
felt
that I
like
moved for
the
Hannah
mystery and the dialogue
I
were
regret
quite
the grief.
disconnected, and then
I
out of
regret all the
nowhere,
days I
Zach was
slept
just
through
like,
because of it.
"Oh yeah, I did it."
Had I known she didn't love me
Yeah.
anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Even with Shapeshifting Detective, like, we was going back and forth for a while, weren't we? We were saying, oh, could it be, you know, Rain? Could it be Lexi? Could it, you know, and then that dialogue dropped, and then obviously it was Zach. But with this, it's like alibis were just popping up very quickly, and it just whittled down to him or Claire, and I'm just...
No,
He'd
I
become
get you.
bored of me. So I got much of my
I
insight
had to
from
say we yet
calls or
to get, like,
messages
a
he'd take during our
Perfect
sessions.
or like a great
I think because he
mystery where
hypnotised
we've
me,
had
he
to really
didn't
deduce
want to
it.
play with me anymore.
Unless we're wrong.
So I
If we're
got
wrong,
basic
this could be a
therapist.
masterpiece.
Yeah, and that's where I hope we are at the minute.
You guys keep getting the character who acts the most evil in every playthrough. Yeah, maybe like we're just like shit with luck and we get like the worst
He
version
told
of
me
each
lots of people get depression. To become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be. Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many
Jay
days
is your
of that she'd
basic fact.
remember.
Wait, what?
She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Nathan says he talked to Jaya a lot. I should ask her. Okay, well, I think naturally we should go to her next then, when we're done with him.
Zach is always gross. Claire is always evil as fuck. Yeah, I get you.
When you live life as I do, you don't really know what has happened and what hasn't anymore. Sometimes I do things and I repeat the day so they're undone. I've done some things I'm not proud of, but none of it usually sticks. Dekker was a dangerous person. I'm glad he's dead. You'll get no glowing references from me. It took a week of days to get that pizza girl to smile. And you know what did it? A tip, as much as the pizza cost. So money does make you happy.
I fucking hope you did the double like 2-for-1 domino steal, mate. That's a lot of money.
Right, let's go to Jaya then. There she is. And we are gonna... Oh, here we go. It says it here for us. You talk to
He
Nathan
talked to
much?
me a bit. It's been bothering me, but I think I should share it. My key card went missing on Valentine's Day and Nathan had it. Well, he gave it back to me in the morning, said he'd found it on the floor of the office, but I don't drop things, Doctor, not key cards. I checked the access log and it was used at 10:05 on Valentine's night. I guess it doesn't prove he used it, but somebody did.
Damn.
Wait, so Nathan found... So that key card could be used... What was used to access the office to kill Dr. Dekker, right?
Precisely. Nathan found it, but obviously that doesn't necessarily mean he used it. So...
He was there. Maybe, though, like, my theory is it sounds like Nathan's more on, like, the lonely side. Maybe he wanted to... Maybe he pocketed it to find or give it to Jaya. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think it means he's the killer. He was in the area, though, and that needs to be considered.
Should we finish up with Jaya and then go back to Nathan, or do you want to go back to Nathan and ask him about the key card now while it's fresh?
We can finish with Jaya.
We'll finish with Jaya first. Tell me about the paper
It's
spike.
in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it. I haven't mentioned it to the police yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counselling. I emailed you Mariana's address. I don't know why you'd want it. I suppose you're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker? Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's all right. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
What?
Yes, Dr.
didn't we
Dekker
agree to
started
go on a
doing
date
home
with
visits to
Mariana in the
Mariana.
last thing?
He said she couldn't
Oh, God,
concentrate
yeah, we did.
properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
You're so right.
Right, don't tell Laura, guys, okay? And Laura, if you're watching, he's doing it on behalf of me.
Are you spying on me?
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
How many more times is she going to adjust while reading that book? Why was Dr. Dekker... Oh, was he helping or hindering?
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things. I think he was so
Yeah, man, I know we're
overwhelmed
pretty
by the
shit
patients he was
psychiatrists,
getting.
but
His
it doesn't make you
curiosity
feel
just
great,
got
does
the
it, when
better
all the
of him.
patients are like
There
sat
was
there
a
like,
definite
hello, I'm
turning
over here.
point. Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope
Now.
you deal with it better.
You can't be calling them extra weird patients. These are people we're on about. Should we talk about grief?
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're going to ask me how I feel today?
Who wrote this script? Any news on Ben?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw. He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. Well, At least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people. Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway. Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Mariana around.
Ooh. Yeah, I was going to say.
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Mariana was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Right, mate, so does this give Jaya an alibi? I never suspected her anyway, but if she said she didn't go out for dinner with him...
Well, I mean, he was found in his office, though, wasn't he? Late at, like, 10:20 at night.
Yeah.
So, I can only assume that if he did go out for dinner, that he went back to his
let's
office.
ask her what she did on Valentine's, mate.
Yeah.
I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before. Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
No, it sounds boring.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast. Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
Oh, yeah, well, Kojak reference. Right, is it common?
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them. It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
Which is Claire, isn't it? Again. That's exactly what she's after. She wants a temporary insane diagnosis for the murder of her husband. We come back to Claire again.
Yeah, it's like I say,
said,
if Bryce
all
really
those
did
cool
save
things
Iris,
are in Cult of the Kinetic
there's
Mind.
going to be
apart from
friction between
Kojak,
Dekker and
obviously.
Claire.
If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck, just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do. How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
Someone has asked me, where is Bella?
Good question. I think she's gone back upstairs for a little snooze. She was here at the start, but she's buggered off. So, yeah. Unfortunately, she's not with me tonight.
For Bryce to save Iris, he has to have magic powers. Well, yeah, like if we are relying on this midnight hour.
Yeah.
To deepen their affliction? I wouldn't.
Oh, whoops. Why? Okay.
Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Mariana, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Yep. We might as well. It's
That was
evidence.
a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
Sweet. You said it so straight that...
Oops, that was a strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet. What with Ben's nervous shock
Did I just
already.
say Jaya's now my favourite character?
What do you know about
Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
Right, so we go back to old Nathan and ask him.
Pardon me.
I should ask Nathan about the key card. Yes, so let's just pop in key card and see what he says.
Yeah, I found it on the floor of the office. Dr. Dekker suggested I search for treasure that was in front of me. I didn't know what it was when I picked it up. I just put it in my pocket. It was only later that I realised. This looks bad, doesn't it? It wasn't used to gain entry on Valentine's Day, was it?
It was.
It wasn't me. I didn't come here.
He sounded believable when he said that.
I had that call, but I don't remember after that. Are there security cameras? They'd prove it. I suppose you would be asking if there were.
Pardon? Right. What else we got? I should ask Mariana about Dekker's home visits. Okay. I think that basically sorts that out. Dekker's home visits.
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
It's just like, well, I think all the best examinations are done in the bedroom, so, probably for the best, Marianne.
Why is it not giving us an option to reply? Let's see if it says... Oh, no. Okay, we're just going to have to run
Dr.
through these
Dekker
then.
used to put my checks on that thing.
I reckon we should ask her how she
guess
is as
someone
well,
thought
mate,
they
because
weren't
Jai
getting
called
value
us up
for
and not
money.
saying that.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Mate, I've just seen from the camera, you've got a fresh trim going on. It looks nice, mate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. It needed it. It really did need it.
Yeah, I think I'm the same, mate.
You suit longer hair, though. I just don't anymore. Like, I need to have a short back and
I
sides.
actually don't have
Oh,
a
hello.
lot of money.
Fans were just on about you.
Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker
Bella,
would be okay
come
with
say
it.
hello. Come on.
Oh, my checks are fine, though. Don't worry.
I've missed all of that.
Oh, basically, she just said, like, oh, don't worry, my checks are fine. They're not going to bounce. She has money troubles, I guess that's what that's getting at.
Right. Oh.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
broke.
and that's the follow-up.
Men buy me drinks at bars, though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
2 seconds, guys. I think Bella needs letting out. So, back in a mo.
That's alright, you guys are left with me. I'm gonna be a psychiatrist today. Tell me, how is everyone doing? And thank you, Sonia. I mean, I don't like it too short on myself. I like the variety, that's the thing, but I haven't cut mine in like a year. I'm just loving the long hair life right now. Tell me about my mother. My mother is doing really well. She is a massive football fan, soccer, to anyone else, and yeah, she's been enjoying the Euros. Maybe it was you guys. You guys tell me, what were you doing on Valentine's Day? Were you in the office? I've just realised that when we put this on YouTube, no one is going to be able to see the Twitch chat, so I'm just going to look crazy right now. I am. I've got my water bottle right now. You got Liam to say soccer. I mean, I'll say it out of spite. Valentine's Day, you had a date with the Catholic priest. You know what? I'm going to back on my photo gallery and find out exactly what I was doing on Valentine's Day. Let's scroll back to February.
Right, I am back.
By the way, mate, just so you know, can you hear me yet?
Yeah.
I have just been chatting to everyone, but when this goes on YouTube, no one's going to see the Twitch chat, so I'm going to just look absolutely crazy.
That's so true, isn't it?
And I've just accused everyone. I've just asked what they were all doing on Valentine's Day.
You just asked everyone what they're doing on Valentine's Day?
In case it's them.
Hang on.
Well, I was making memes, apparently. I worked on making memes.
Right. Get myself settled again.
Yeah, so Mariana, we've established, has pretty privilege. She doesn't pay for drinks or meals.
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long.
Like some Mackies.
I guess I'm a fidget.
Just like me. If you saw the Walking Dead Season 2 streams, you'll get that joke.
Crowds at nightclubs
Please see, that sounds
are
like a perfect Valentine's Day, to be honest.
The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention. Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that. They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor? It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
I'm wondering why this is a conversation strand. Like, it could just be any old random conversation.
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think
I don't know, maybe Dekker followed her or something, I don't know.
But I've not run into the same person twice. You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light, deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing, like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing, like a welcoming sun, like I'm home. and then I wake up. It's so beautiful. It calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
I don't know.
Yes, I suppose I follow that glow like people follow me. I still don't know what it means, though.
A trance to kill.
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today. Do you want to come with me to the beach?
Hey, we can have our date there. Let's go.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm thinking of doing home visits. No, I'm not. Talk to me about Dekker. Do people ever follow you home? Let's see if there's anything. Mariana's dream could mean many things. A metaphor for her current issues, searching for something, or maybe she's making it up. Mariana wants me to guess where people follow her, what happens after they follow her. Okay.
Yes, they follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance. There was one guy, a real gym buddy. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I
I'll say.
got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door. It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
Are you still there, lad? Just checking in case it's booted you off.
I'm at internet flare. I'm refreshing a video. I can hear you. It's buffering a bit. Probably it might be back to normal in like a minute. Don't know if you heard any of that, but
Sorry, say again. It was a bit choppy. Oh, hello, Bella. Say again, mate. Come on, are you gonna sit with me when I play me game? Eh? Or are you gonna go back in the garden again? What have we got? Talk to me about
Are we
Dekker.
still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor.
No, I'm using you to solve a murder.
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
Yes, you're sweet. Tell me what's going on.
I think you're falling for me, Doctor. Don't let that get in the way of helping me.
Yes, I'm thinking.
I can't afford any more sessions, so it sounds like you'll be paying. That's a date, isn't it, Doctor? I'm not sure that's appropriate.
Right. Who've we got next? We've done Nathan, done Mariana. Right, let's go to Elin then.
I'm okay, I suppose. Works fine. Hilda's fading fast. Terry's Terry. I feel a bit sad, to be honest. I gave all my keepsakes back. Well, I thought about it, and well, I know you said it was okay that I should keep them, but...
Come on then.
Maybe it did look a bit suspicious. Me having things that have belonged to patients who've died in my care.
Okay.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea about me. The locket, the watch, the ring, even the little bird Sarah Dekker gave me.
Right, I think I'm back. I think my internet's resolved itself. You might have to fill me in with what happened to Mariana, mate.
She was hitting on us a bit. What's this? Bro, Jack, are we simping for Mariana? We are a little bit. We've got a date with her, apparently on the beach. She can't afford more sessions, so apparently we're paying from now on, which makes no sense. So yeah, it looks like we've got a date with Mariana.
It seems like I did that's pretty subscribed to the idea that Mariana might be the killer.
It seems so. Other than that, I can't really remember much.
It's true then. I'd heard Dr. Dekker was stabbed, but I didn't know for sure. It's weird that whoever did it would choose the paper spike. Dr. Dekker used to play with it in our sessions sometimes. You know, pick it up, handle it while we talked. I remember once, he pushed the spike through his skin. At this bit, here, between his thumb and his finger. He said he didn't think I'd mind the sight of blood being a nurse and all that, but actually, there wasn't any. I was a bit freaked out. At first, I thought it was a trick. A magic trick, you know? Like some kind of therapeutic test. Show the patient this retractable spike and see how they react. But it wasn't. The spike was real. Dr. Dekker gave me the paper spike to try. It wasn't fake. It was pretty sharp, actually. I don't know how he did it. He said he just thought that it wouldn't hurt him, so it didn't.
By the way, like, with Mariana, does she have an alibi? Because she vouches for Ellen being on the beach with Max. So Mariana's seen Ellen. And she wouldn't have known that. So it's almost like that does clear Mariana, but like...
It would suggest so, wouldn't it? It would suggest that in a way gives her an alibi. Let's just ask
Hilda's
about
nearing
Hilda.
the end. She's been sleeping a lot, not eating much. She hasn't been that argumentative either. Although, she did give me a vicious scratch yesterday. Dr. Dekker's mother. She was one of my first patients, but she died a while ago. It was nothing. I was just trying to give her meds. It's hard, you know? I'm trying to help her, but she keeps fighting me. It'll be better after she's seen her daughter. I've decided I'm going to do it tonight. She hasn't got much time left. You know the answer to that, Doctor. What have we been talking about? What can I do for Hilda that will make it all better?
Oh, yeah, she can get them to talk to, people, can't she?
Yeah.
People, is it?
Are you going to pretend to be Hilda's daughter?
I know. It sounds unbelievable, like I'm making it up. I wish I could prove it to you somehow. We could try shifting now.
Yeah, let's do it. Come on.
Think of someone you really love. It might help if you close your eyes. Are you thinking of them? Can you picture them? Okay. Hold on.
Right. My cat Ruby.
I don't think it's going to work.
You're a fraud.
On the bright side, that probably means you're not going to die anytime soon.
My Kit Kat bar.
It's tricky.
Oh my god, she's turned into a giant Kit Kat.
I'll sound exactly like Hilda's daughter, but I try and keep it vague because I don't become her. I don't know what she would really say. I say things like, it's okay, don't be scared, I love you, Mum, or I love you, Dad. But it doesn't really matter what their relationship's like because it's not really them. I always do the Disney version. The best, most loving version. That's what my patients want to hear. And maybe deep down they know it's not the truth, but
All right,
it's
Angel.
got to be better than the reality.
Is Elin going to protect... Oh, well, we've established that.
Does it really matter if it isn't the truth? Isn't it worth it if it brings them peace? Tell me honestly, Doctor, do you really think that what I'm doing is wrong?
I don't know. I'm sort of leaning towards no. I'm gonna say no. Shifting isn't wrong.
Good, because I really feel this is something I have to do. I know it's silly, but those things meant a lot to me. They were reminders that I'd helped those people. Terry seems to have backed down since I gave the keepsakes back. Actually, it doesn't seem like she's been very well. Not her usual self. Maybe she's got a bug or something. As far as I know, it only works on people who are close to death. That's the whole point of it. I have to hold their hand, and they have to think of the person, and they have to be near death. And those seem to be the 3 criteria. It just makes things complicated, doesn't it? I knew Dr. Dekker's mother before I started seeing Dr. Dekker. She's dead, and now he's dead. I'm sure you're going to have a field day with it.
Right, are you in now? I'll shut the back door. I'll take you guys with me this time. Little interlude.
Imagine if this was like actually happening in the session and you're like, hold it right there, Ellen. I'm just gonna let the dog in.
Paying for my time, and I'm just pissing about.
And then ordering a Mackey's.
Yeah. Ah, oh, right. Okay.
So, do you want any? You're paying for this.
Yeah, that's the reason I came to see him.
Come on.
I
Say
knew
hello
she
to
was
everyone.
dying, but he refused to talk to me unless I booked a session, so I did. And well, here we are.
Hey. You got your back to everyone for?
I told Dr. Dekker that his mum was dying, that he should see her before it's too late. But he wasn't
You
interested.
might want the keyboard here.
It wasn't like he hated her. It was just like, it wasn't important.
Okay.
He asked me to take care of it for him. He did send his assistant along to see her once. Sorry,
Go on.
your assistant.
Ooh, there we go. Everyone can see you now. Hey, they can. Good stuff. Right. What do we need the keyboard for? Well, we've covered all this bit, haven't we? Oh, God.
It was about the second, third session we had. He said he could tell that I was a
How
good
old is
person,
Bella?
that I wanted to
Ooh,
help people, and that I
she
should think
was
really hard
born-
about how I could do that. That's how I discovered shifting.
She was born in October 2018, so she's going to be 6 in a few months. I don't know where the time's gone, but I was there on the first day that we picked her up, because for those that you don't know, me and Laura were long distance for a year or two, but I picked Bella up with her back in 2018 and then took it back to her mum and dad's. And then when we got the house here just over a year and a half ago,
All Dr.
we
Dekker
could then
did
have
was
Bella with
encourage
us.
me to think.
So she's been living
But
with
the
us since.
shifting, that's
Yeah.
all me. And my mum's a psychic, and my sister's an empath, but I was just ordinary. I always felt like I wasn't special, like I was missing out. But I wasn't. I just hadn't discovered what I could do yet. Sarah Dekker was one of the first ones I tried shifting for. I didn't really know what I was doing that first time. I mean, I didn't actually expect anything to happen. I just thought, what would really help this woman? I thought maybe she would just imagine that he was there. But it actually happened. I changed into him, Dr. Dekker. It blew my mind.
Oh, we can move to
My
another
mum's got
day.
these spirit
Interesting.
guides and they tell her things. Mostly about my love life, it would seem.
Yeah, it's not very often that it works out, but it's tough as well because I was down in the southeast and she was up in the northwest. But you know, every couple of weeks, every few weeks, we'd visit and see one another and stuff, and just have a plan of where we wanted to go. So
To tell you the truth,
we made
I
it
don't
work
really
in the
know
end.
what an empath is.
So
I should probably Google
happy
it
ending and all
sometime.
that. Eh? Happy ending. We finished with her. So we've finished with Claire. We've spoke to Bryce. So it's only this guy now, isn't it, that we've not spoke to, I believe. Who are
Professor
you?
Warwick, I'm a physicist.
Professor.
Where's Dr. Dekker?
Oh, he's cutting in and out. Are you there, mate? You went, Profess! And then it just sort of stopped.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
I am. I'm incredibly lucky. I'm very, very fortunate, and I know it. Dekker was your adversary.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories. Do you really want to know? Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment. Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
Can't say I have. What is it?
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
Is it me? When was this game made? Or is it me? Or is that the multiverse thing becoming such a prominent thing in like games and movies now? And it's not just because of Life is Strange as well the other day, but like it seems to come up everywhere now.
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability, but then I changed a parameter.
Oh, please don't knock the camera over, please. Oh! Nearly pulled my mic out instead. Right. There's Bella's cameo appearance, everyone. Right. Why gambling?
Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution. We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children, at least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining.
I think what I'll
Probably
do
what
when
I need.
he's finished talking
Part of me always
is
thought one day
I'm going to switch the party
achieve
audio
immortality through science.
off and on again. That seemed to work in the last one.
It wasn't to be, though.
And we'll see if we can get Liam back. Let's do that now.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Claire has
Oh.
reanimated me. I am alive.
Oh, brilliant. He's back. He's back. I thought we lost you for good then. Right.
Yeah, I
sweet
occasionally
as.
get blips. I can't reveal why too much, but like essentially construction on my house, my internet's a lot worse now.
Alright, okay. I wish I could tell you what this guy's been on about.
Quantum suicide required
I got my
lost
phone
life
out
to
just
make
in
it a
case.
realistic
And I
thought
hogged the
experiment.
gambling thing.
So I
Yeah.
simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. Well, for a while.
Mate, he's like you. Quick little story. Whenever we like have our lads meetups, which actually we are having one later this year, aren't we? At the end of August, we usually go for a night out in a casino and just do a bit of roulette and blackjack or whatever. And Liam always does well on the roulette. Like you always make money, don't you? Like you're always taking profit.
I
from the
do. I
casino.
am stupidly lucky.
Right, let's see what. Did it bother you that you couldn't have children?
Well, yes, it bothered me, especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline, but I'm not a killer, it would seem. Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
Oh yeah, this guy seems a bit unhinged.
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the hangman's paradox. Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week, but it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Monday?
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me. Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science, almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
Oh damn, we've lost Liam again. Right.
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet, that I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me. I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Potentially something to ask.
It's full of poor
Jaya,
kids
then?
with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though. Oh, you're going to have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia. I'd love to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there. Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. Smile.
Tell you what, guys.
Which reminds me,
what we'll do is
can we talk about my problem now?
We'll give it another 5 to 10 minutes or so. If things don't improve on Liam's end, then I think we'll drop the stream. I mean, we're coming up to the 2-hour mark anyway, and then that gives, you know, a chance for next time, you know, he can be in. Because obviously, like these FMV ones, it is supposed to be a 2-pronged thing where we can both join in, you know, so it's not fair that he's having to constantly drop out and stuff.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor.
So we'll see how it plays out.
I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen. A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want to talk or anything
I've
like that.
refreshed, I think that's better.
They want a
Aha!
demonstration.
Yeah, you're back. How do you know, by the way? How do you know, like, when you're coming back in?
Oh, just like the video buffers and stuff, and if I refresh it and it runs, then I know it's fine.
Right.
Quantum gambling. It's a pet project. It's got nothing to do with work. But if I don't have significant
Either
amounts
way,
of
I
money
have it
to
on my
lose,
phone and I can join in the chat. It's
there won't
just
be
I
enough
might dip
jeopardy
in,
for the
in and out of the
experiment to
audio of my
work.
voice being here.
Yeah, alright.
So I've missed this guy completely. Guys, who is this guy?
I hope he's not the killer. I ain't been
£1
listening
million
to him that much.
if I can successfully survive 6 rounds
He's
of
just
Russian
been
roulette.
banging on about
Now, I am
gambling,
worried because of what
quantum
Dr. Dekker
suicide,
said, but,
quantum physics. He's
can't help but
pissed
thinking
off at
that,
Dr.
stakes are
Dekker
so
for
high, I can't
something.
possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
Yes,
you?
gambling's good. Do it.
Yeah, let's follow Liam's mantra. Gambling's good, let's do it.
Splendid. I can't lose, Doctor. Let me demonstrate.
Did he just put his dick on the camera?
What? Did he just top himself? He's no longer there.
Oh, he lost the gambling and he topped himself. I knew he shouldn't have gambled.
Oh dear. So, what's this? bet everything every time, but Dr. Dekker told him he would lose, so he was worried about losing, so he's got potential for killing him, but I don't know if he does. Lol. Well, I don't... Yeah. Well, if he did kill him, then he's not going to get justice, but I don't think he does. I'm still on the Claire train. I'm thinking it's still Claire. Right. Can we ask anyone any questions? It doesn't look like we can. So, I'm thinking next day, guys. Let's see what happens.
You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up.
So hang on a minute.
Now
Was
tell me the
he was one of
truth.
our patients, right?
Is this a dream?
And we've just got him killed. So like, really, it should be, the video should be the worst psychiatrist ever for the next one as well. The worst psychiatrist ever part 2. I think so. I've never done. Well, we're just full of surprises. Right, so yes, it's a dream.
That's a good doctor. Yes, it's all a big dream. So let's get down to business. Do you believe that people can have kinetic powers?
No.
I think you like it when I hurt you, Doctor. That's a worrying sign.
No, I don't.
People obviously have kinetic powers. That's how I'm here, testing you. Now, how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them?
I swear I said it encouraged last time and she got a little bit pissy with me, so I'm going to say discourage. And if she slaps me again, then I don't know. What can I do? I'm sat
If we
here.
keep telling her no, and that means she gets to hurt us more, then I'm all for it, and she is my favourite character.
Come on then.
Very good, Doctor. That's the right answer. Remember it, or there will be consequences. Now, since I'm here, let's have a little bit of fun. Shall we, Doctor?
What? Right, okay. Is there any more evidence? No, there's not. So, next day.
There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Ira.
I hate it when
We
a
could
good
try
drink
shifting
ends.
now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and that broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Oh, right. Act 4. Dreams.
Morning, Doctor.
Oh yeah, Felicia just pointed out there was no
Looking a bit
flame in the plate.
Unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
It's so odd how she's the assistant and she needs counselling as well. Right, let's look at the evidence. Come on. Toxicology report. Dr. Dekker. Right, alcohol. Ethanol positive. Benzo. Diazepam. Positive. So...
Hang on, mate. What does that say in brackets beginning with a T? Just because your camera thing's blocking it? Next to benzodiazepines.
Oh, temazepam.
Okay.
So, he's got drugs and alcohol in his system when he died. He goes out for drinks. We also know that, you know, he liked marijuana. Maybe. Hello, Bella.
It's so confusing for me because of my internet. I've just like zoned in and out. I missed the gambling guy, but then I woke up to some sex stream with Jaya.
Loan agreement, £15,000. By signing this agreement, the borrower agrees to accept the sum of the loan amount, to repay the loan in full within the terms stated. The sum of the loan will be transferred by loan to the same. Is agreed to no interest in lieu.
Temazepam is also known as sleeping pills.
So they clearly wanted him vulnerable before they killed him, is what I take from that. And she's borrowed £15,000 from him. Interesting. Jaya thinks I should tell all the patients I can stop their problems. Perhaps I should avoid her till later. Are you coming up again? Be careful, you're going to knock the camera in a minute. She's such a troll. Like, she'll come and stand at the armchair and then look at me as if to jump up, and then she just doesn't jump up. Right.
I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water?
Afraid not.
I've been drinking a lot of water recently.
I'll tell you what,
I didn't
Mariana,
go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having...
You can do a combo anyway, and it's one of 6 potential killers. I get the impression, I'm just going to put it out there, that Jaya can never be the killer. I feel like she's playing the Chief DuPont role from Shapeshifting Detective. You know, sort of like the ally person. So I think it's one of the others.
Felicie says yes, she can.
Really? Oh, damn. Shut me up. Right, let's carry on with her then.
I feel like it
me
could probably be
someone
any
to
of the
start my
main
business.
5 in the first session.
It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online.
There we go. Go on. Plump your bum down there. That's it. Dr. Dekker's loan. I should take a look at the contract.
What's temazepam? Why are you asking? I don't take sleeping pills. Never have done. When you suffer blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that.
It's any of the characters that you speak to in all of the acts. Ah.
I don't feel well.
So I'm guessing this was made after
dizzy,
Shapeshifting
thirsty.
Detective.
I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests. Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach. The sea, Doctor. It's calling me.
Blimey.
This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. It's like an alarm going off in my head. Do you know where the sea is? From here? It's over there. Wherever I am, I know exactly where the sea is. It's like a compass. I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. Certainly not during our sessions. He had other things on his mind, I'm sure.
Are you still there, lad? All right, okay.
Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me 15,000, all in all.
Well, we know that's true, don't we? We've got the evidence for
I
it.
hear a sound like singing, calling me. It gets stronger when I face it, when I move towards it. That's how I know where the sea is. But when I don't go to the sea, I feel like the sound gets louder all the time. I'm having trouble sleeping. Perhaps I need sleeping tablets after all.
Just about to say, perhaps you need them after all.
I have this recurring dream. I'm at the beach. I strip and walk into the sea. The sea feels warm and comforting. Not cold and harsh like you'd think. I swim down to the bottom of the ocean. I can breathe freely. I can
Poe and
breathe
Monroe.
water.
I'm not sure. I don't
On
think.
the ocean floor ahead of me, there's.
I don't think it is anyway. I don't think
creature.
Poe and Monroe are in the batch
Glowing
of 10
being
that I
with
bought
wispy limbs.
of the
It's so
FMVs.
warm.
I'll have to look, but I'm pretty sure it's
I'm
not.
transfixed.
In
But my
fact,
feet shift. I'm unsteady. Below me, the floor is woven.
yeah, I wonder if
in
that
human
octopus
flesh.
there has got anything to do.
Dead bodies, but some of them still struggling for life. These are the ones touching me, gripping my feet. I scream. That's when I wake up. Do you have that dream, Doctor?
Just go along
I
with
think
it.
you're mocking me.
Oh,
I'd like to leave.
Liam. Well, she's not left. We're all right.
It's a dream, Doctor.
Oh, right.
Stranger things happen in dreams.
I think actually, as far as the FMVs now, when we do our next poll,
Do you
once this
forget
has
anything
been
from our
played,
sessions, Doctor?
we'll
People
just be
follow
going
me to
through
the
the
beach.
same ones
I
that
don't know
I've
who
already
they
put
are,
in the poll.
and I
There's
don't know what
there's a
happens
couple
to
that
them.
catch my eye. One
I
of them,
don't
I forgot
always
what
get
it's
followed,
called. I think
though,
it's
so
Blood
it doesn't
something,
explain my blackouts.
and it's like like almost like a battle royale sort of competition one. And then there's one called First Dates as well, where you can like presumably like do online dating and talk to people and stuff. And I just see like comedy elements coming in that one big time, so it'll be good to play
I don't
that.
know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home.
Yeah, we've been over this.
My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night. I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me, like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave.
Damn. What happens to the people who follow Mariana?
It's a referral letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on. You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you. It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me, but I don't think so.
To be honest, I'm amazed that there's as many as there are, because like even beyond the 10 that I've got on here, I'm seeing so many other like titles come up that I'm just like, bloody hell.
He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he?
Have like a whole library
He
of these
asked me
things,
out,
you know?
and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him?
Ooh, are we gonna set up Nathan and Mariana here? You put them together. Yeah, come on then, let's do it.
Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me.
What is she doing? Like, imagine behaving like that in a therapy session. Like, come on.
If you say so, it must have been your twin then.
My twin.
I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor?
No, I don't have a twin.
I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now.
Right, you're imagining it then, aren't you?
No. There's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor.
I saw who pressed pause on Uncle Marcus and it was horrible. Is that the quiz one? Because the concept of that one really intrigued me, so it sort of sucks to hear that one was pretty shoddy. Yeah, I think we should. Let's, right, come on then, Nathan. Date with Mariana.
I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree.
What? Okay.
I'm feeling good. I ran into one of your other patients, Mariana. She's beautiful. I think we might go on a date.
I don't know why either. It's obviously the game not quite understanding what we're trying to do there.
If you get the combination of alcohol and sleeping tablets just right, you can knock out an elephant. I've no idea what kind of animal Dr. Dekker was. Which reminds me, that truck driver died.
What truck driver? What's he on about?
The truck driver that ran into Hannah. He was divorced, apparently. He killed himself. He mixed sleeping pills with alcohol too. But he died in his garage.
Because I asked him about the toxicology report. So I'm guessing that, you know, it was from that.
It's funny how when somebody dies, all their bad traits come out. Yes. Dr. Dekker was a heavy drinker. He would often pour himself a glass during one of our sessions. Pretty rude. I read it in the paper. He'd been drinking. Then he took the sleeping pills. Then he went into his garage and put the hose pipe through his window. Not until he put his daughter in the seat first. It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. But his daughter was in the car. Do you know I wrote him a letter? Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault, but the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. I think maybe he killed himself because of me. Do you think I'm to blame, Doctor?
Yes. Obviously, I'm not gonna...
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows what he was doing when he ran into Hannah? His daughter's picture was in the paper. Molly. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. Out of the corner of my eye. Like she's watching me.
Oh, that is creepy.
Crazy, right?
Fuck. You see that? Shit.
What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him?
That proper took me by surprise then. Right. Yeah, I want to cure... Well, I want to do both. I want to find out who killed him.
At least you're being honest. Do you know that Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him?
Why did Dr. Dekker think a patient...
He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages.
I can hear you. Liam is mute. Right, okay, let's do the old party thing then. Audio. Right, switch it off. Switch it on. Right, your audio's
Sweet,
back
okay,
in.
hopefully you guys can hear me again. It's a cross-platform thing. I think sometimes Xbox kicks me.
Yeah, all good.
He didn't tell me anything specifically. Just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotise me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing.
Oh damn, my phone's dying. Right. What have the police got to do with
I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway. Please do. I wish I could believe you.
I am back from the dead. Claire has
My solicitors
reanimated
assured me
me.
that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
Oh, Scarlett and Glynn. There's 2 more people. Let's see what they look like. There's actually a lot more characters in this than what I expected.
Yeah, stupid part-timers only coming for 1 session a week.
Yeah. So we're going to leave Jaya until the end because she didn't want to talk anyway. So
Hilda died last night. I was there. Well, I was there as her daughter. It was nice. She had a good death. She got to say what she wanted to say. Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I love you, Mum. Then Hilda, with almost her last breath, looks me straight in the eye and says, "Don't let them take Amelia."
Who's Amelia? Let's ask her.
Right, mate, I will be right back. I desperately need the bathroom. I'm the worst psychiatrist.
Alright.
You're paying me, but you wait there. I'm gonna pay.
Who's Amelia?
Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking, with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia.
I'm actually going to pay attention for the next few minutes, that when Liam comes back, I've actually got stuff to tell him. Because usually he'll disappear, he'll come back like, what's happened? And I'm like,
Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? It's probably quite easy to get hold of them. Although, I have to get a doctor to sign a prescription if I need any at work. It's probably the same for Jaya. Dr. Dekker drank a bit. I mean, I didn't say anything about it, but, well, it's not very professional, is it? I mean, it's not like
please turn off the
drunk.
mic this time.
Must be very stressful being a therapist. Do you find it
Before the
stressful,
storm
Doctor?
throwback.
No, I want everyone to hear it.
I can tell just by looking at you. This job has really taken its toll on you.
So, admittedly, there's not a lot to tell you, mate. But Hilda had a doll called Amelia, basically. And that's it.
Jaya seems really nice.
Very
I don't know
well.
why she'd want to work in a place like this.
Oh, damn, 7%. I'm going to have to put my phone on charge in a minute. So, lad, you're just going to have to take over the chat.
Yeah, don't worry, I got him. I mean,
Just
to
mean
their dismay, but I got him.
get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. I know they're just people, but a couple of them have seriously given me the creeps.
Maybe I should ask her about each one. Oh. Yes, let's do that. Let's put in Nathan. Let's see if Nathan gives
I don't know
the
who
creeps.
Nathan is.
Okay. Oh. Mariana. Right, yeah, I'm going to quickly put this on charge because it's going to conk out any second.
I don't think I know her.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, very sorry. I will not rat.
Oh, dear. Right. You're charging, cool.
She's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I'm pretty good at picking up on people's energy, and hers is cold. Actually, I think I sort of know her. Claire Castleford, isn't it? Apparently, she attacked her husband or something. I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. He was a good therapist. He was a lousy son. I was angry at Dr. Dekker. Hilda's daughter, she's in Australia, so fair enough. Maybe she really couldn't get over to see her. But Dr. Dekker's mum was dying literally on the other side of town, and he just couldn't be bothered. I shifted for her, but in a way I wish I hadn't, because it let Dr. Dekker off the hook, you know? I didn't realise how little he cared until I told him the news.
I can stop you shifting. What?
You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset.
200 insanity points reached. I just got an achievement, and that's what it was.
No way, I wonder what... just
Yeah, I wonder, like what...
from stopping her from shifting.
Yeah, I don't know if that's, like, because I've actually done stuff to accrue them, or whether you just get them anyway, like,
I'm
throughout
keeping
the
her
game.
safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the
What have I
funeral.
had for dinner? I
I
had
don't know.
lemon chicken.
Are you okay, Doctor?
And I had
Look at it.
fajitas.
Pale.
Friday fajitas. It's like, usually it's like it's in the UK, like the tradition is like it's like fish and chips on a Friday, isn't it? It's like in this house it's like fajitas. Careful, Bella. Good girl.
Yes, I told Dr. Dekker.
Oh, we
Most
fed
other
into
people
her
wouldn't have
insanity.
believed me.
Okay.
But he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying.
What a dick.
Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself.
Right, guys, what
I
I'll
took
probably
his
do
hand,
is play on
told him to
till
think of
9
the loved
o'clock
one,
and then drop off for the evening.
there was nothing.
Say another 15
I
minutes
mean,
or so.
literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'd have... I'm not sure I could have made it back. I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter? For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited.
So Jaya knows Dr. Dekker's mum.
Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her.
I swear I read a message earlier from Fleecy that said Terry's dead. So...
Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill.
Right, we're finished with her. Is there anything that we should be... Right, so we've established that it was Claire she was on about that creeped her out. I think we've covered all the rest there. So let's talk to our prime suspect.
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something. The little girl, our neighbour at the lake house, she says David is weird and creepy.
Doctor! Oh, sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
You just interrupted my session with Claire. Like... Right, okay, let's look at the evidence. Referral letter 1. Dear Dr. Dekker, I refer a client to your clinic for evaluation. Claire Castleford. She's been charged with the murder of her husband, and we require a diagnosis as to whether she was of sound mind and had the mens required for the crime. Yours sincerely. Clearly, she needs to proofread her thing because there's some very, very telling errors there. Which makes me think, is this legit? Or am I overthinking this? I don't know. I can't the chat, you lot are over there now, so I can't even refer to you at this point. So let's look at the other one.
It's like Feliss's ID in Ramadan.
Yeah. Chart. Yeah, so even that chart token and bought Dr. Dekker. We believe that our client, who's only given us her first name, Mariana, is mentally unstable and like expected. Well, we are happy to cover all your costs and looks forward to covering. Okay. Based down in Exeter. Your neck of the woods, lad. Right.
Internet's being a bit choppy.
Is it? It's alright.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I was
mate.
gonna say, that solicitor.
What about the solicitor?
That solicitor said they would cover the costs. Then why was Dr. Dekker paying?
For the attention of Dr. Dekker, I'm referring yet another client for you today for further psychiatric evaluation. It's my hope that you concur the suspicion, able to find him insane undergoing. It doesn't specify who, does it? This one.
Yeah.
And it's on about
probably Bryce. I don't know.
Yeah, probably Bryce. Okay.
Also,
okay.
Yeah, sorry, my internet blipped when you came in.
There's something strange about these. Yeah, they're all anagrams, aren't they? I knew something was off. They're all anagrams. Hackett Brown, Chart Token and Law, Cat Rowanbeck. So they're all made up. So someone has been forging these solicitor letters. Presumably one of them to get... Ooh. So is Mariana conned him into giving her 15 grand under the proviso that he thinks it's a solicitor requesting it? Interesting. But yeah, it's an anagram. All of the names are anagrams.
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all.
The funny thing is like looking at those letters there with like the errors and like, you know, the anagrams and stuff. I literally proofread for a living, so if I didn't spot that, it would have been pretty shoddy on my end. Right, where did the cat come
yes,
from?
sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried.
You got any thoughts, mate, on where the plot's going, who the killer is?
To be honest, mate, I'm gonna have to look at it back. My internet has been so choppy. I'm missing key parts here.
Is it? I'll tell you what then. Is it possible if I exit to the menu, will it literally just boot me back to where I am? If chat, you could help us out there. Because yeah,
Wait,
like,
what did
otherwise.
you say if you exit to the?
Yeah, so if I like exit to the main menu, will it save at this point, or will it take us back to the start of the chapter?
I don't know.
So
I don't know. It's a good. Someone in the chat can confirm.
Yeah, if someone in the chat could help, because because otherwise, like, you're missing key bits, and then, do you know what I mean? I can't talk to the people in the chat anyway because my phone's charging, so it's probably just a good point to stop anyway.
Sonia says saves it there.
Say again?
We do. I think it auto saves.
You think it auto saves? It doesn't say. It doesn't say anything. Maybe it's just a gamble that we'll just have to take. Let's see. I'll tell you what. Let's exit to main menu, and then continue and see what
At midnight each
happens.
day.
David Hunt.
Oh, it has. Oh, perfect. It has auto-saved. Oh, brilliant. So, yeah. All right. Well, there we go, guys. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for today. And then hopefully next time, internet is playing ball with us a little bit more. And, you know, we can carry on with it there. We've got, what, a good, like, 2.5 hours done anyway. And I think I looked it up on Google earlier. There's like 5 acts to this, and we're on Act 4. So I reckon next time is probably going to be the finale, where we try and get the killer and help the patients out. So yeah.
Apologies for my internet, guys. I might have to look at buying a Wi-Fi booster or something. It's probably going to be like this for the next few months for me. So yeah, it's probably essential. But I'm still subscribed to the fact it's Claire.
Same here. Yeah, I think it's Claire still as well. I think it's pretty on the nose at this point. But yeah, guys, honestly, thank you as usual for all of your comments in the chat. I think we got up to like 10 people at one point in this stream, which is just amazing for us at this point, because Twitch is like it's like a baby at this point. We only started it a few months ago. So thank you all for joining and doing your comments and stuff. If there's bits that you've missed, don't worry, because you can watch it on Twitch straight after, or the whole thing will be going up on YouTube in the next few days or so. So yeah, catch you later, guys. We'll see you in part 3, and do keep an eye out on YouTube, because we'll let you know when that's going to be as well. All right, guys, catch you later.
Bye, guys.